When you think of Appalachia, you think of rolling hills, rugged culture, both beauty and poverty. But seldom do people think of Appalachia as existing outside of Kentucky, Tennessee, and West Virginia, all of which receive most of the region's Appalachian poverty relief attention. Located in western New York, bordering Pennsylvania, the Northern Appalachian Socio-Economic Collaborative, known as NASEC, was founded to address this gap. We have some of the most striking natural beauty in the country, with our rolling hills and ancient mountains known as the Enchanted Mountains. Our region is steeped in history and tradition. The people are strong, friendly, and resilient, the kind of people you can be proud to call your friend, and who'd give you the shirt off of their backs. In the midst of all this beauty, there's a stark contrast. The reality of life, for many of the people, is far from beautiful. There are many different facets to the culture that develops around poverty, and some of them are devastating. One of the most insidious is the neglect of home repairs. Financially, people cannot invest in long-term solutions for problems with their homes. We see blue tarps on roofs all over the region for that reason. Unable to repair a roof that's totally gone, people end up abandoning homes and stop paying taxes on them and end up losing their properties. This further diminishes the tax base that the area has to draw upon, sinking it deeper into poverty. In a national housing survey sponsored by Fannie Mae, the most common reasons for wanting to own a home were to have a good place to raise children, a safe place to live, more space for family, and control over one's living environment. According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, home ownership contributes to financial security and stability by offering homeowners increased savings, greater purchasing power, and protection from rising housing costs. Hundreds of acres of farmland, natural resources, barns, formerly thriving industries, and equipment lay unused and dilapidated from neglect. Maintenance requires money, and money is hard to come by when you have a job that only allows you to live paycheck to paycheck. It is difficult to plan long term if the cost of one brake job or new tires can keep you from being able to drive to work, which could result in you losing your job. Here, just one unexpected major expense can wipe you and your extended family out financially. Rural child poverty shows the most increases in the nation. According to the USDA, deep poverty is commonly defined as having cash income below half of one's poverty threshold. In 2012, that meant a subsistence level of less than $1,000 a month for a family of 4. A total of 6.6% of the U.S. population experienced deep poverty in 2012. As with overall poverty, deep poverty among children is more acute in rural areas than in urban areas. Not only are deep poverty rates among children higher than for those in the overall population, but children have experienced higher rates of growth in deep poverty over the last decade, particularly in rural areas. About 50% of the children in our region are eligible for free school food programs, and they still do not have enough to eat. The reasons for this vary. There is no simple solution. Rather, we must move towards resolution from a number of different angles all at once. It takes collaboration. Revitalizing our area of northern Appalachia requires building a new type of economic infrastructure to address the most serious immediate needs while laying in foundations and systems for self-sufficiency and sustainable growth. Follow us into the future and see us training and starting new farmers in agroforestry, natural and organic crop production, and revitalizing farmland with innovative farm management techniques. We are launching new farmers markets, our service mission camp experiences help with home improvements, and our community gardens teach self-sustainment while providing hundreds of pounds of fresh produce to be distributed to the needy. Additional projects include collaborative efforts in developing supplemental food programs for children in the region and increasing job readiness skills for residents. To increase economic growth, we have to attack the problem on many different levels, from creating new programs and projects, to feeding kids in elementary schools, to developing new sources of revenue for area residents and new ways of connecting local areas to the global economy. I'm Judy Lynn-Zawacki-Niederkorn, founder and executive director of NASEC. You can join us in our projects. Through collaboration, we are addressing some of the factors that contribute to generational poverty and starting to turn things around in this region for the sake of the people who've been overlooked for far too long.